let's get into this right here.
Throw this at the wall.
Yeah, let's throw this at the wall right now.
To the surprise of absolutely nobody with a functioning brain, which apparently eliminates everybody in leadership positions in California, the forced introduction of trans women into women's prisons in California is resulting in a massive increase in pregnancies of women, because it turns out trans women, biological men, can impregnate biological women in prison. When I first reported that in this law several months ago, a lot of you said, well, watch for the increase in pregnancies, and it was sort of yuck, yuck.
All right, let's stop it right there. So I'm just still confused about how all this works, right? So, and this is just my ignorance, because I just feel like, you know what, I don't got to learn about none of it because I'm just going to accept everybody anyway, so I don't give a damn. But that's not the greatest approach to take. So what is a transgender woman? That means that, help me out with this.
A transgender woman is a man who now wants to be a woman.
Okay, wants to be a woman, is a woman, whatever the deal is.
Correct.
But don't they get a procedure, surgical procedure?
No, not to be. You don't have to be. That's what's so crazy. You don't have to be. You don't have to have surgery to be trans.
I thought this was no. Okay. So they have post. What do they call it? There are two different types then. There's one that have the surgery and one who don't have it.
Don't forget, trans, that prefix trans means like transformer. That means changing, right? That's basically what it means. So they are changing from a man to a woman. Right. And that change doesn't always have to be medical. So they don't always, it can just
psychological change.
Correct. And now attire. So that, hey, I identify as a woman. I'm a trans woman. I am transforming from a man to a woman because that's the way I feel.
Right.
And some parts of my outer body might look like a woman, i.e. wig or makeup or something like that.
How could they get in prison with just saying, like, even if you're a man and you can't just say, I'm not like, no, don't they have to have like some type of test? Like no, you can't just say you're because look, if I get in some big time trouble, wait, look, what's to stop me if I'm getting in some big time trouble and be like, look, man, I'm transgender.
Hey, yo,
I identify as a woman.
No.
Now I'm in there in a woman's prison.
I want to go back to what test do you think there should be to determine that?
If you got the surgery, then you go ahead. I mean,
okay.
And I'm not saying that like, oh, if you got the surgery, like you're good, you don't let nobody know, all that type of stuff. To be honest with you, I don't really know what opinion to have. I'm scared, just like all the politicians in America. I'm scared to say anything about it. And that's why you on here. That's why you're on here. Look, you're not scared. But what I'll do is I'll take your biased opinion coming from your limited point of view, which is everybody, right? And I'll just hold on. That's everybody. And I'll just ask you open like questions, like, but like hypothetically, this is what people are thinking. This is what America is thinking. This is how America is feeling. Like, accept everybody. Like, you know what I mean? Look what I'm doing. I'm accepting everybody. This as it goes. But look, let me tell you why I'm doing it, right? Everything in my life is pretty much copacetic, right? I have no issues. So why not accept everybody? If, people want to do this, people want to do that, fine. It's not affecting me.
Accepting everybody is what California progressive has tried to do. California tried to be uber progressive, and it was like, look, you identify as, we'll respect it. Because look,
you have to respect it, though.
Exactly, because this is what we created.
No,
you can't challenge that.
No, it's not even that. It's not even that we created it. It's all of the voices that's been created through social media. It's the same old boring conversation. That's the reason why it's powerful. Just like the book I was telling everybody about. I said the name backwards. Moses Naeem, End of Power. There's no more power, bro. There's no more power.
It's mob power. Mob power rules.
That's it. And there's a lot of mob power when it comes to the transgender community.
And this is why California folded. And this is why California put a man in a woman's prison. And I know he went and he was like, yeah, they bought that shit. Oh, I'm about to get some tail up in here.
And that's what, obviously, and the crazy thing is that's what happened too. Obviously, you know what I mean?
That's the way a dude would think. Like, oh, hey, dude, he about to put me in a women's prison.
I just thought that way. Shoot, if I go down for something big, I might as well just be like, look, I'm transgender. I'm going in transgender. That's how I identify it.
Hopefully,
but what I'm saying is,
soon your dreads grow, you pull that off, bro. Long hair.
We're making a joke out of it, right? We're making a joke out of it. But I guarantee there's got to be something where you have to prove, like.
I don't think so, bro.
Yeah, you can't just go in and be like, oh yeah, by the way, I can't go to a regular prison. I gotta go to a female prison.
how you what's funny is this is hilarious. It's another gentleman. It escapes me at the moment. Gosh, I wish I'd have had this prepared. He was going to prison. He told them he identified as a woman and he was being transferred to a woman's prison. And the article was published in the news with it, whatever state this was, and it received such a backlash, they transferred him from the women's prison back to a man's prison. But the whole moral of the story is, you see how one state says, nah, we don't want to hear that. And then another state says, look, we're not going to question that.
Yeah.
I need a universal answer, because if you confused, I'm confused. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Like because the prison system is going to tell us. The prison system is definitely going to tell us. I don't care what you identify as. Do you? But if you kill somebody, I want to see where they lock you up at.
Right.
That'll help me.
Yeah. That's important. That's important, man. I'm saying there are rules and there are laws to this. There's a certain way you have to be transgender, I guess.
And I dig it though. Like I dig it. I guess if you're post surgery and you done chopped it off and you done created a whole new device down there,
right?
I guess you have to go to the prison that matches your device. Like, cause you can't go to a man's prison like that. I mean,
I like the way you put that matches your device. Yeah.
So I respect that.
That matches your sexual operating system.
Correct. Whatever new operating system you download it.
Right.
That's the one you got to go represent in prison. I think that's the best way to do that.
Oh man, that's just
like, no way if you didn't have any surgery, should you be going to.
But it sheds, that sheds light on something crazier, right? Like with everything going on in America, right, and all of these different movements and everything, what's new? And I'm thinking like, and this goes back, I was thinking about this for a couple of days, like especially the way you think, right? Non-progressive, right?
Don't do that.
Hear me out. Just hear me out all the way. Hear me all the way. Whereas I'm trying to be extra progressive, and it sounds stupid a lot of times, but I think stupid is the new way, and I'm thinking old. So I'm forcing myself to think the new way. So hear me out. If not accepting this is equivalent to like how white people didn't accept black people back in segregation, wouldn't that seem stupid? Like, no, wouldn't that seem stupid? Like if you were one of those people back in the day, the grandkids would say, damn, grandpa, you had a problem with transgenders? Like, what was your big issue with that, grandpa? That's what I'm afraid of. Okay, fine. That's what I'm afraid of. So you don't think
it. I think this is on the wrong side of history on this. I promise you.
You sure? Are you sure about this?
I promise you. Bruh, stupid doesn't last long. Like, eventually,
do you think? No, I get what you're saying. But it's just,
we'll figure this out, bro.
Especially when it comes to the LGBTQ community, you best to be as progressive as possible to be politically correct nowadays. Like, it is what it is. One thing I would have to say though is some people would argue that they force their practice on people. Their practice is forced on people that accepted them. Like, okay, yeah, everybody accepts you. We know we should accept people. That's the new way, right? But now, how often is your agenda pushed more than what we just now accepted? I don't even want to say regular, because then if I say regular, it'll be wrong. How often is your agenda pushed? Your agenda, you just got to accept it, really, right? And now your agenda is pushed more than anything else. That's all I'm saying. Not me saying, but let's say people say. I'm just asking the question.
In general, you're correct. It just feels like it's heavily pushed, right, very aggressively, and it leads. And I think that's what. See, let me say this. I think that's where the problem starts, because you have a group of people who were taught one thing all their life, right? Who just feels like this information within itself just can't be changed. This is what we know.
Right.
Now you're saying, hey, no, that's not accurate. Although that is wrong. Here's some new stuff. Fine, which is not a problem. The problem is everyone doesn't learn at the same pace. Let's just start there. So you can't expect everyone to understand instantly as soon as you release the information. People got to
Right.
process it. People have to understand it. People have to pick it apart, figure out what makes sense, what doesn't make sense, what is true, what is not. And now you want to be aggressive,
Yeah,
and
but we
not allow that information to be challenged, which means people can't understand, because that's how you understand. We're gonna
Right.
we have a discussion and a dialogue about what I think, about what you think, and then we figure it out. But now I can't discuss it with you. Now I'm just really confused. Now I'm confused.
You can't
and
even
I double
discuss
down.
it. You can't even discuss it because the sensitivity in America now. You
Correct.
discuss it the wrong way and with the wrong terms. Now somebody's on social media trying to kick your back in.
You're terminated from work.
Right. You can't discuss anything. Like even if you're being respectful about it, which we are, we're being respectful. So we discuss these things. Should be no problem. But then you have people who don't want you discussing it because they feel it's politically incorrect to discuss it because they're trapped in a mindset. Like it's just all crazy, man. Everything is crazy. Like I had to sit back for a couple of days and think like, yo, how can I create material and put out material if I'm constantly worried about what people are going to say and what people are going to think and how they're going to feel if I'm not relatable, all these crazy things. Like I can't worry about that and put out material. I got to really not care.
That's what you, bro.
Like, you know what I got to do? I got to do whatever it is I want to do, get this whole thing canceled and then start over again. That's how I know. You get what I'm saying? Not to that degree, but that's how I got to learn. You understand what I'm saying? Let me learn that way when it comes to this stuff. Because it's very tough now in these times. Everybody's so damn sensitive.